What kind of man does really drink strong alcohol? What kind of woman should be my wife? There are too many women who are both wealthy and beautiful around me. But I still chose the poorest one of them. In just one night, she became a wealthy and admired woman, envied by everyone around her. But it also made her forever keep her mouth shut. My name is 𝓵𝓻𝓻𝓲𝓵. This year she is 33 years old. He's a rich second-generation heir. What is their net worth? It's the A9 family that everyone is talking about nowadays. My father's name is 𝓵𝓼𝓻𝓲𝓮𝓭. Started from scratch. They started their career in the construction materials industry in the 1990s. Later got into real estate. After that, nothing else matters anymore. Malls, hotels, office buildings. Half of the cities in this city, all those bustling areas are related to him. My mother's name is 𝓵𝓼𝓻𝓮. A typical wealthy wife, never worked in a workplace at all. The daily routine involves playing cards and getting beauty treatments, going shopping and having afternoon tea with other ladies. After graduation, I worked in the company located at my home. Nominally, it's just work time. Actually, it's just a way of wasting time. My father gave me the title of vice president. The subordinate manages a group of people, but it's they who actually do the actual work. I only need to make an appearance and sign something during important occasions. My ex-wife's name is Jo Yu-tong, right next to me. Her father is involved in the real estate industry. The assets are definitely more than we have at home. The time we got married, both families felt that they were perfectly matched for each other. The wedding was held in Sanya. It cost more than 3 million. The grandeur of such things can be overwhelming indeed. The days after marriage are simply a nightmare. Jo Yu-tong was spoiled since she was a child. Whatever you want, it will be given to you. I have no idea what bowing one's head really means. She will always be that person right in front of me. The proud appearance of the secondary toe. No matter what I say, she will always disagree. She will interfere in everything I do. Once I was drinking with friends. It wasn't until 2 a.m. that we finally got home. She simply locked me out of the door. What really drives me crazy is he always compares me to his father. Said I was a failure, saying that I become nothing without my family. When we argued, they started calling me a useless piece of trash. I really wanted to take action at that moment, but I held back myself. If I were to hit him, his father could probably demolish our house completely. We have been married for 2 years. No children. He said that his career is in an upward trend. There's no time to have children. I asked, as a wealthy second generation, what kind of career do you have? He exploded on the spot. Smashed the cup onto the ground. They said that I didn't respect him at all. Those 2 years I lived like a grandson. She can be seen at home, depending on her mood. They still act like a loving couple outside, right? Every time I attend parties. She even tried to hold my arm during the walk, laughing like a flower. But once I get home, the face fell away. Let's start listing what I did wrong today. I was the one who proposed to divorce. That day, she kept scolding me for being a loser. The insults used were really unpleasant to hear. I really can't hold it anymore, said one sentence. Then let's leave now. He was stunned for a moment. Then he sneered and said, "Okay, who's afraid?" Both parents are in a mess right now, taking turns to offer advice, encouragement. But I am determined to do it anyway. Jo Yu-tong has also made up her mind. She doesn't care about me at all. What she values most is her own reputation. The day the divorce procedures were completed, I invited a few brothers to have a drink with me. Halfway through drinking, I said that I will find someone else in the future. I definitely won't look for girls from wealthy families like that. I need to find someone who is obedient. I can say one, but he doesn't dare say two. 𝓵𝓵𝓻𝓻𝓲𝓵 is the person I saw in the company. Everything is too perfect. At that time, I was like someone who was fools who blindfold their eyes with love. A man who hasn't even turned on a video at all. Deeply convinced. All of my fantasies shattered into pieces. That ordinary morning. After I woke up, it was just like always. Open that colorful web page. I want to see if the numbers inside are actually more accurate. I went to the finance department for a meeting that day. I'm getting closer to achieving the goals I had in mind. What greeted me was a completely white error page from the internet. I simply rebooted the phone like a madman. But that familiar interface no longer appeared again. I opened the chat window with 𝓻𝓵𝓻𝓻𝓲𝓷, my hands trembling slightly. The moment when the other party deleted it. The voices of the world have disappeared. The heart suddenly trembled violently. It's like falling into an ice cave. Something that definitely won't happen. It's related to system maintenance. He sat in the corner. It must be due to system maintenance. I muttered to myself. It's like having grabbed the last straw. Trembling hands. Repeatedly exiting and re-entering over and over again. Even re-downloaded the software after uninstalling it. But that dazzling white page. Like a silent judgment. They laughed at my innocence over and over again. The phone slipped from my palm, with my head down taking notes. Smashing on the floor. A dull sound was heard. It turns out that those plans of his regarding algorithms and the future. Those halos that make my heart beat faster. It was clearly a prison cell, carefully crafted for my own use from the very beginning. He had already planned everything in advance. In my most proud moments, when all defenses are laid down, give me a fatal blow. A sense of absurdity overwhelmed everything around us. Wearing a white shirt. I remember our first time together. Encounters and small moments that later become important. His tenderness, his attentiveness, he is truly unique among all of them. Thinking back now, it's just customized for me. He has studied all of my social activities. I try to understand the meaning of every word I write. He didn't use any photos of handsome guys as avatars. Holding a ponytail. Delicious posts from my friends who are trying to trick me. Because he knows what kind of woman I am. For those who don't lack suitors around them, I've already been immune to it. What he wants me to see is something mysterious and clean. It's even a bit of a niche approach style. This is precisely the area where my sense of security lies at its weakest. I have laughed at this more than once. Those who were affected by those pig-shaped decals that were used in the scam. It's such a simple and easy to understand scheme. Clean and tidy. They can all trust in this. And what differences do I have with them now? It's only now that I understand. This has nothing to do with intelligence or greed. When the scam is sophisticated enough. When he skillfully exploited human nature. The basic desire for love and companionship is something that exists naturally. Everyone could be just another pig that's waiting to be slaughtered. I have reported the situation to the police. The police told me. After the meeting, she stood up. Photo profile platform. Everything is false. Behind this lies a level of maturity that is truly remarkable. A despicable industrial chain. From the character script to psychological control. Every aspect of the process is carefully planned and executed to ensure perfection. Now I see that there is very little balance left in my bank account. And that pile of things he sent over now. It seems like a rather ironic gift. I laughed. I'm not playing with emotions. Only then did I see her face clearly. I simply overestimated my own abilities. Underestimated human nature. Tears finally flow silently down. It's not just because of the money that was lost. And the shattered confidence and dignity as well. I once thought I was a master in the field of love. A hunter who never fails in any situation. Have seen through the hypocrisy of men. A game of living in the world of games. But unexpectedly, I ended up falling into... It's really beautiful. Someone who doesn't even bother to hide their true nature behind a mask of hypocrisy. Using only logic based on pure interests. It's just a scam that completely crushes me under its weight. I lost all my own judgments about myself. We have lost these years' efforts. The meager advantages of survival. The sky outside the window is brightly lit. But my world, that part where it cannot be refreshed at all. The moment the white page appeared, their facial features are very delicate. It has completely extinguished already. Skin that's fair and glowing. I asked the assistant who that girl was. The assistant said that the new graduate students have arrived. Accounting major. I have been working here for only 2 months. After that, I started to pay attention to her. Deliberately wandering around the finance department. Take a few more looks at her during the meeting. Every time she sees me, she keeps her head down. Red-faced. I don't even dare to speak. I find it interesting. In these days, there are still girls who are so shy. I asked people to find out more about her situation. Simple family background. Both parents are farmers. I have a childhood friend who is my boyfriend. We've been talking for 6 years now. It's a delivery service. When I heard the words delivery service, I couldn't help but laugh. What does 6 years mean? Poverty is the most terrifying thing in life. As long as I give her a little sweetness. Those 6 years of her life aren't anything significant at all. Such girls are easy to pursue. I gave her a precious gift. Take her to the best restaurants in town. The company should give her some privileges as well. Every time I give her gifts, she said that it was too expensive to buy. But I said, take it. She took it, her face red with embarrassment. The more she does this, the more I find it quite interesting. It seems like he really wants to do it. Just trying to act like I'm proud or confident. I also ordered someone to investigate that boyfriend. The two of them grew up together since they were little. Be nice to her. But so what? Is it really edible enough to be eaten as food? He is delivering food out for customers. I'm delivering 𝓻𝓪𝓻𝓻 to her. All he can offer her is a monthly salary of a few $1,000s. What I can give her is her herself. A life that can never be lived to its full potential. I don't believe she isn't tempted at all. Sure enough, she began to waver not long after that. That rainy night, I deliberately parked the car in a place where he could see it. Send a message to him. Get on the bus and I'll take you to a place. She stood in the lobby. The boyfriend is standing right next to her. Completely soaked through. I saw that she hesitated for a moment. Then he turned around and walked towards my car. At that moment, I knew everything. This woman is exactly what I want. When she got into the car, shaking all over. I don't know if it's because of the cold or just because I'm scared. I didn't say anything. I just drove away directly. I saw it through the rearview mirror. That man is still standing in the rain, like a dog. That night, I took her to a very expensive Japanese restaurant to eat. Drank a little wine. When bringing her back to the rental house, the alley was completely dark. I saw her boyfriend from a distance. So I deliberately moved closer to her and kissed her. She didn't hide her eyes and refused to let me kiss her. It didn't take many days after that. I knew he broke up with her. It seemed like a natural choice to move into my apartment outside. I bought her new clothes, a new bag, and some new jewelry. Her eyes were filled with light, like Granny Liu entering the grand garden. I know that she wants my money. It's better to deal with women who use cryptocurrency. I have plenty of money, as long as I can afford to pay for it. She has to be obedient. I managed to make her pregnant very quickly. Because she is pregnant. After all, it's not appropriate for parents to say anything anymore. We quickly obtained the certificates we needed. No wedding ceremony was held. She didn't say anything either. She resigned from her position. Work from home full-time. She gets up early every day to make breakfast for my parents. But apparently there's an aunt living with us at home. But she still decided to do it anyway. This kind of extreme, humble flattery. It was destined for him to have a position in this family. Later, I started to test him out. The first time I brought a woman home was on purpose. My dad also often does the same thing. My mom doesn't even care anymore. How does 𝓲𝓼𝓻𝓻 have the right to manage things like this? That day, I brought back a girl who was in her early 20s, wearing a super short skirt. When we went upstairs, 𝓲𝓪𝓻 stood at the stairway with her stomach protruding outward. The face turned completely white. Later, she gave birth to a premature child. But they got a daughter instead. In families like ours, what is most valued is a son. I didn't go to see her, because I now have a new girlfriend outside. Many people hear this. Most of them will surely call me a jerk. Maybe there are people like us who just live like this. No matter who she marries, they wouldn't stay stable and safe, just focusing on her alone. After all, those beautiful women who are willing to embrace others willingly, who would refuse? Gradually, 𝓲𝓪𝓻 began to think that she had given birth to a child. The position will be stable now. She started to take care of me. There are countless calls that keep happening every day. They kept asking me who I was with. I'm tired of being asked questions. I just yelled at her. Who am I with? Do you really have any control over it? She froze for a moment. Then he lowered his head. They didn't say anything anymore. At that moment, I suddenly became a little annoyed with her. Her attitude of accepting everything without resistance. It makes me feel like a complete jerk. But then I thought again, isn't this exactly what I want? Later, I decided to buy a house outside instead, living with another woman. That woman's name is 𝓵𝓵, 10 years younger than me. They are also beautiful. Being sweet will lead to good things. The most important thing is, she's pregnant. It was checked and it turned out to be a boy. My mom was overjoyed. I specifically went to look at her, prepare a soup for her to drink, caring and attentive. After I came back, I said to me, that little AI is pretty nice. Please treat others well. Once we have a son, we will bring her back here. What about 𝓲𝓪𝓻? My mom thought for a while and said, let's wait and see whether he can be trusted or not. I know what my mother means. If 𝓲𝓪𝓻 behaves well, let her continue to be Mrs. Sun. Anyway, she probably won't be able to create any significant waves at all. If she doesn't behave properly, then it's her turn. Neither the child nor the money should be obtained by her. 𝓵𝓵 gave birth to a son, weighing 7 pounds and 6 ounces. Mother and child are safe. My mother holds her grandson in her arms, never wanting to let go. Both eyes are red too. I hope I can be worthy of the ancestors of the Sun family. It's a rare occasion for my dad to smile. I immediately transferred 1 million yuan to 𝓵𝓵. It's said to be a gift of farewell to the grandson. 𝓵𝓵 lies on the hospital bed, pale complexion. The laughter is just right, neither ostentatious nor humble. Said it in a gentle, soft voice. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. I looked at her face. Suddenly, I understand a little more about this woman's intelligence. She never wants any recognition or status. It never costs any money at all. What do I give her? She keeps them all. Never refuse, but they never take the initiative to do so. I asked her if she would like to live with me in the villa. She said it's up to you to decide. Do you feel aggrieved, I wonder? She said that being able to give birth to children for you is a blessing for me. Such women are truly terrifying. She didn't compete at all, which made me want to let her do it without any interference. On the contrary, it makes me feel guilty. After 𝓵𝓵 is discharged from the hospital, I brought her and the child back to the villa directly. On the day I entered the door, 𝓲𝓪𝓻 was playing with her daughter in the living room. He saw us come in. She froze for a moment. Then he picked up his daughter and walked upstairs. His daughter was lying on his shoulder. Big eyes, looking at the child in 𝓵𝓵's arms. I have no idea what's on his mind. They disappeared at the foot of the stairs. Not a single word. My mom was watching from the side. Sighing, he said, "Okay, let's go in now." Since then, every weekend, I also brought little Love and my son to visit our parents. My son is treated by my mother like a precious treasure. 𝓵𝓵 is sitting right next to me. just staying quietly by their side, speak a few words occasionally. It's all just right in its own way. My mother also seems to like her more and more. Every time I go back, 𝓲𝓪𝓻𝓻𝓲𝓪𝓻 hid with her daughter in the room. He doesn't come out during meals either. Please ask the aunt to bring the food up here. Once I went upstairs to get something. Passing by their room, the door was slightly ajar. I saw him sitting on the ground. The daughter lies on his legs. He was quietly telling his daughter a story. The daughter asked her mother, "Who is that little boy downstairs?" He said that it was a little brother. The daughter said, "Why doesn't Dad hug me?" He didn't say anything. Cradle the daughter in my arms. My face is buried in my daughter's hair. I didn't go inside. Turned around and left. Sometimes I also feel guilty. Generally, at such times, I will ask the assistant to allocate more money for her living expenses. Double the amount compared to normal levels. It's just a little compensation for me. She never says thank you. And they didn't ask why. That's how our relationship remains. A strange balance has been established. I don't want to talk about divorce at all. She also didn't mention it at all. I didn't try to drive her away. She also didn't leave. I went in and out with another woman and a child. She hid in the room, pretending not to see anything. We all know the truth anyway. He loses everything when he leaves me behind. Both the car and the house are owned by my father. The child can't be taken away at all. He has no way out at all. So he didn't cause any trouble at all. Just like my mom said, he finally understood. I understand the rules of this house now. I understand his position. I understand. There's nothing useful to do by arguing about these matters. If you understand, just stay quiet. I have food, drink, and a place to live. Raise a child. Don't think about anything else. Sometimes I watch his back as he walks away. It seems familiar to me. That person who walks away with his head down and silent. That kind of accepting one's fate without resistance. Never showing any resistance at all. That person who seems so upset, yet still managed to smile and say that it was okay. It's exactly like my mother. My mother was young when she was alive. My father also brought people home with him. My mother has cried and screamed too. In the end, nothing changed at all. After that, she stopped making trouble. Live a quiet life as her wealthy wife. Playing cards, getting beauty treatments, and shopping around. Treat that big house as your own shell, container. There's everything inside the shell. Don't take anything outside the shell. 𝓲𝓪𝓻𝓻 is becoming her again. I left the villa that day, driving back to 𝓲𝓵𝓵's place. When passing by the living room, 𝓲𝓪𝓻𝓻 was sitting by the window, lost in thought. The daughter is painting beside her. Sunlight shines in through the windows. Hide behind them. It looks like a painting. I stopped for a moment. What do you want to say? But I don't know what to say. He didn't even turn around. Just sitting there, immobilized. I left after that. I now visit home very rarely. 𝓲𝓵𝓵 has a son over there. There is warmth, and there are smiling faces. 𝓲𝓪𝓻𝓻 remained silent throughout this process. Only evasion is possible. It's just that that figure is becoming more and more similar to my mother's appearance. Sometimes in the quiet of the night, I will remember the time when she first arrived here. At that time, she would still laugh. There is light in the eyes. They will cook for me. It will wait for me to come home. Now, those things no longer exist anymore. But what can be done? She chose the route herself. It's also given by me. What I gave her is the kind of life she desires. What she gave me is exactly what I wanted, something obedient and controllable. Fair trade. It's just that sometimes I think about it. That girl who used to laugh, make noise, and wait for me. Where did they go? It's probably like my mother too. I died inside this magnificent cage. So those who truly desired to do so. A common girl who married a wealthy man. In fact, the wealthy and powerful people aren't as comfortable as you might think. Do you think people still experience changes in their lives when they reach middle age? One will not encounter one's own love. I did it for that girl who was only a few years younger than me. I can't wait to get divorced from my wife. But when I actually marry this ancestor into my family, I just realized that I am actually one of them. Foolish people who focus on small gains while ignoring bigger ones. I admit that I'm a complete idiot. This is where I'm sitting in the car right now, watching the windows of my ex-wife's house shine through the glass. The warm yellow light shines out from behind the scenes. The only words that come to mind are, a year ago I thought I was something amazing, but now I'm in middle age. Finally, I found the courage to do it. Abandoning one's wife for love. Thinking about it now, that's not really love at all. That was an excuse I used to justify my lack of loyalty towards myself. My name is 𝓵𝓻𝓻𝓻. I'm 35 years old this year. Working as a middle manager in a company. Annual salary, around 300,000 yuan, neither high nor low. It's not possible to go hungry or be overwhelmed by the burden. My ex-wife's name was Shen Yao. He is a judge. We met through a blind date. It's not as much like those romantic moments spent under the moonlight. I feel that the conditions are suitable. Also, they have a steady personality. I received the certificate after just half a year. It's been 10 years since that moment happened. How should I put it? Shen Yao is a really great person. Well-proportioned. Decent job. Keep the house clean, without a speck of dust. Her daughter, 𝓼𝓪𝓻𝓼𝓪, became sensible and polite because of her teachings. But life seems to be going very smoothly nowadays. It seems boring to me. It's really boring. Our lives are like programs that have been predetermined. Got up at 7 o'clock in the morning. He is preparing breakfast. I will give the child away. Back in the evening, he cooks meals and I help with homework. Then each person spent some time looking at their phones. The lights will be turned off at 10:30 sharp, ready to sleep. Sometimes I like to create a little bit of romance in my life. I'll secretly buy her a designer bag. He would frown and say that I was spending money recklessly on my birthday. I booked a table at that popular online restaurant with a lot of fame. He couldn't say whether the food was delicious after just 2 bites. It's better to stay at home and eat instead of spending money on things that aren't necessary. Clean and affordable. Don't buy cakes anymore. 𝓼𝓪𝓻𝓼 doesn't like sweet things at all. Even that off-road vehicle that I liked for 3 years. She also never agreed with the idea of me buying it. Every time I want to discuss with her about changing the car, she didn't even lift her head up. While watching for safety issues, while saying that that car uses too much fuel. Our car is doing great right now. What kind of changes are needed? They don't seem practical at all. It's simply not practical at all. In her eyes, all of my romance, all those thoughts and memories, they're all useless things. Being with him. It seems like I can already see the day I will retire at the age of 60. The days pass by like a glass of cold water that has lost its coolness over time. Quenches the thirst, but lacks flavor. Until 𝓼𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓮 appeared. She is a new intern in the company. 23 years old, just graduated from university. I remember very clearly. It was the first time we organized a group trip to the suburbs for a river rafting experience. All of us middle-aged men here are holding them. Just afraid of losing my leadership image. Only she was wearing a big t-shirt, wearing a life jacket. The first person to jump off the kayak.
He will shout at us from behind.
Leaders, please don't be afraid. He went completely crazy that day. Wielding a bucket, I kept chasing after the general manager's boat, splashing water onto it. The laughter was unrestrained. The ponytail swings back and forth. The water droplets shine brightly under the sun. On the bus back to the station, everyone is tired. Sleeping in a messy state, she sat right next to me, leaning against the car window. with headphones in my ears, just gently humming along with the music. The sunset bathed his face in light. That fine thin fluff can be seen clearly. At that moment, my heart suddenly felt a sharp pang. It's like a stagnant pool of water. Someone threw a stone at me, but I survived. What happened afterwards was quite expected. I started paying attention to her. It seems like she also considers me to be mature. The steady senior seems to be admired by others. She always asks me about work-related matters. Then, with a blink of the eyes, he said, "President Chun, you really know everything, don't you?" He talked to me about the bands he likes. Let's talk about those cities he's been to, ones that I haven't heard of before. Talk about those crazy dreams he has. Being with him, I feel that those things that were buried within me, all of the youthfulness has been removed from it. I feel like I've come back to life again. I think this is what love should look like. You all guessed what happened later on. I committed adultery relapse. I have also struggled in the past. I feel guilty every time I get home, seeing Shen Yao's face, which always remains calm and unchanging. I heard that he said he will remember to pay the utility bills tomorrow. That sense of guilt turned into annoyance. In the end, it became a desire to break free from that situation. The day when their affair was discovered, I thought Shen Yao would cause a scene. I even thought about it carefully. How to deal with her hysteria. But she didn't do it. That night, I parked my car in the garage. It took a long time to get into the car, and then it took some more time to go upstairs. She didn't sleep at all. She remained sitting in the living room. There is a prepared divorce agreement on the coffee table. He looked up when I entered the room. The expression in his eyes was very calm. But everywhere, it shows his disappointment in me. He said that he's back. Do you know me? I don't want to bother with these meaningless matters. Since you already have others already, then let's go separate ways. Please take a look at the agreement. The property will be divided equally between the two people. Duo with me. If you have no objections, please sign here. I was stunned. The words that are ready to be spoken. Can't say a single word. She looked up at me, Chanjun. I have no regrets about these 10 years I have lived through. I admit that I'm not interesting at all. But I really want to live my life with you. Since you have chosen someone else now, I don't want to stop them. Let's sign it then. We'll meet again someday and part ways at the same time. She is too calm. Calmly, I felt like a clown who just keeps making a mess everywhere. I was even a little annoyed. I don't mind the fact that he's angry. Why not try to persuade them? Does he really not have any feelings for me at all during these 10 years? I signed the document out of frustration. The weather on the day of divorce was absolutely beautiful. I walked out of the Civil Affairs Bureau. I took a deep breath. It seems like the sky is getting higher and higher. I am free now. The first thing I did was go and pick up that off-road vehicle. We're on the road now. The sound is turned up to maximum volume. I seem to be a young man who is just over 20 years old. I and 𝓲𝓽𝓪𝓻𝓻 have started a carefree romance. Visit the online celebrity stores that she likes. Go to the top of the mountain at midnight to watch the stars. In the small apartment he rented, he made me chase after him. We can hear our laughter from across the entire building. I feel like my life has just begun now. We talked for a year. The emotions seemed quite stable on some days. 𝓲𝓽𝓪𝓻 huddled in my arms, saying that she wanted to take me home to see her parents. I feel a little nervous right now. After all, I have been divorced before. She has another daughter. But, looking at her, there was a look of anticipation in her eyes. I still went there anyway. Her family lives in a small county town. Her parents were very polite. I stopped eating halfway through. He actually said something. We have understood your situation, Chan. Our little Ning is getting married for the first time. They are still very young. Following you, our hearts will always be restless. There are no other options. The bride price sighed. Our price is 380,008. You decide it yourself. 380,000 yuan. My annual salary is only 300,000 yuan. But this year, I spent a fortune on buying a car and going on dates with my partner. I really don't have that much cash on hand. I glanced at 𝓵𝓵𝓛. She kept her head down, playing with her phone. It seems like I didn't hear it at all. I will endure the pain. I accepted this young girl as my partner. This money should be paid out now. I borrowed some money from my family, and now I have enough money to finish it. Speaking of weddings, 𝓵𝓵𝓛 said that he didn't want to do it. It's really laughable to hold a wedding banquet for a person who is already married twice. I feel a little uncomfortable inside. But they didn't say anything either. As compensation, he proposed to transfer the ownership of the house to his name. It's said to provide him with a sense of security. I thought about it for a while and finally agreed. After all, we should live a good life in the future. It doesn't matter whose name is written on it. I thought this was the beginning of our happy life. I didn't realize it until after I got married. The person I married back together is not actually the same person at all. The first month of marriage, she resigned from her position. It's too exhausting to work like this. I don't want to keep working anymore. I need to take a break. I think it might be a good idea to raise her myself. But none of these have ever been touched again. Every day, when I get home from work, the house is always dark. He spent time playing games on the sofa. The coffee table is filled with boxes of food that have been eaten already. The package was stacked from the door to the living room. I tried to hold it back for now. I changed my clothes and went to cook dinner. Tell her to eat something. She still found it annoying enough. You eat your food. I'm not hungry. I'll order some milk tea in a little while. She no longer wears makeup anymore. The hair is tied in a casual manner. Wearing my old t-shirt, I wandered around the house. Those rays of sunshine symbolizing vitality and youthfulness. It seems like it was taken away overnight. What really drives me crazy is money. I need to pay off the debt from 𝓵𝓵𝓵𝓾 this month. It amounts to 20,000 yuan. Husband, I like this bag really. Please transfer some money to me. Honey, I want to go to that newly opened restaurant. You came to pick me up after work. I earn more than 20,000 per month. I used to live with Shen Yao. It's possible to save more than half of it. Now spend every month completely. Sometimes we still have to rely on our savings. I told her that 𝓵𝓵𝓛 is fine. Let's be careful with our spending. I still need to have children in the future, you know. She heard this statement immediately. He stared at Lao Chun with wide eyes. What do you mean? I think I've taken out your money, haven't I? How old am I really? Marry you, this 35-year-old divorced uncle. I don't expect you to be kind to me. What about the picture? You are much older than me. Don't you should take more care of me? I don't work here. Isn't it your desire to raise me? I was so choked up that I couldn't say a word at all. Yes, I'm happy to raise them. But I thought it was something that I had raised myself. She is a girl who can bring me love and vitality. So what I raised actually turned out to be a real treasure. We started arguing more frequently. After the arguing ended, she rushed into the bedroom and continued playing games. I sat alone in the messy living room, staring blankly at the empty wine bottle. I started to remember Shen Yao. I remember that no matter how late I get home, there's always a bowl of soup kept warm in the kitchen. I remember that, although he said it, buying bags was a waste of time. It was bought for me secretly on my birthday. It's a fishing rod that I've been wanting for a long time. I remember every time he worked overtime. Don't forget to attach a sticky note to the refrigerator. Don't forget to pick up the milk orders made for you and Duodwo. I remember those ordinary days that I thought were boring and dull. It used to be so stable and precious. I started to regret it. But in this world, there's no such thing as a remedy for regrets. That day was a Saturday. I think my daughter really cares about this matter. So we drove to Shenyang. I didn't dare to go upstairs. It stopped downstairs. I sent her a message. She said she happened to bring Dodo downstairs to buy something. Waited for a while. The door to the unit opened. It wasn't just Shen Yao and Duo who came out. There's another man too. That man was very tall and imposing, wearing a casual hoodie, looking at the gentle and kind-looking person. He was holding a large plastic bag in one hand. With the other hand, I naturally held my daughter Duo. Duo jumped around, saying something to him. He lowered his head and listened. Smiling with laughter, Shen Yao walked beside him. From time to time, he would turn his head and glance at her. His eyes were filled with tenderness. They have gone far away. I got out of the car as well. I followed them without even thinking about it. We walked to the small square outside the community. I saw them sitting on the bench. The man took out several boxes of strawberries from the bag, rinsed with water. First, I gave one to Dodo. I picked another one, the reddest and biggest one, and brought it to Shen Yao's mouth. Shen Yao was momentarily stunned. Laughing, he opened his mouth and ate. The sunlight bathed them in light. That scene was so warm and comforting. I just hid behind a tree and watched everything happen. Watching them chat and laugh together. Watching that man hold Dodo up high. Watching the genuine smile on Shen Yao's face. It suddenly reminded me of the time when I got married to Shen Yao. He also smiled at me like that once. At that time, he had just become a judge. They're even more busy than I am every day. But as long as I get home from work, she will definitely stick her head out of the kitchen. He asked with a smile, "Have you come back?" Washing hands and eating. That laugh is exactly like the one we have now. Eyes that are curved, with a hint of sweetness that's hard to hide. Since when did it start to change? It's he who wakes up early every day to prepare the porridge for me to eat. But I think his movements are too loud. They disturb my sleep. It's because he wants to save money for his child's tuition fees. It's been 3 years since I last bought any new clothes. But I thought he wasn't good at dressing up properly. It's still him, waiting for me at night, countless times to come home. I just gave him a brief kiss as a gesture of goodwill. I turned around and went to the study to play games. I believe that life is about turning love into a sense of responsibility. It seems that all he sees are basic necessities like firewood, rice, oil, and salt. But now I finally see it clearly. It's not that she doesn't know how to laugh anymore. I haven't looked up anymore since then. That smile continued all the time. It's just that the people who were watching have been replaced by others. My phone rang. It was Zhao Ning. My husband wants to eat Japanese food at night. Please transfer 2,000 yuan to me. I've already reserved a seat. I hung up the phone, leaning against the tree. Look up at the sky. The eyes hurt terribly. It felt like someone was holding my heart tightly in their hands. Can't breathe properly. I thought I had escaped from that cage, running towards the sea. I didn't realize it until later on. What I dropped myself with my own hands. It's the greatest treasure of my life. Then, without a second thought, he jumped into the abyss. The lights outside the car window turned on. They should be going home now. I started the car, slowly leaving that neighborhood behind. In the rearview mirror, the shadow of that window becomes more and more blurred over time. It's like those 10 years that I will never be able to return to again. I would like to give some advice to all those who are married. Don't imitate me, please. Some things are lost forever. I had relationships with over 20 boyfriends. Friends say I'm a terrible person. I never deny it at all. Emotions are such a complicated thing. Whoever takes it seriously will lose. I just never thought about it at all. One day in this game of love, I too will become that pig that will be slaughtered. And that butcher. He doesn't even have a decent knife at all. My name is Sun Yajing, 38 years old, unmarried. I work as an HR professional at a listed company. Belong to the type of older sister with black silk skirts and tall heels and long legs. I have had many boyfriends over the years. Among them, there are also athletes with extremely impressive physiques. A company owner with a significant net worth. There are also wealthy second-generation kids who drive sports cars. After all, men are visual animals. I don't even need to go through any extra effort. They then started competing with each other, trying to pull the hooks together in a self-righteous manner. I have always believed in this world. There are no men that I can't handle. Until I met Shenyi. That day was a weekend. I sat idly in the cafe, waiting for Yuding. I casually photographed the cat that was hiding inside the door to take a photo of it. One posted a social status update. After a while, the phone rang with a loud notification sound. It's a comment that says it stopped raining. You've missed out on it. I clicked to view his updates. Nothing at all. It looks like a clean piece of paper. I replied casually. Maybe on the next rainy day, we will meet again. After that, I didn't take this matter seriously at all. Turned off the phone. Continue with the work at hand. In the evening, after taking a shower, I lie in bed and watch videos. Suddenly, a conversation with a stranger appeared on the screen. It seems to be the same person who commented about me during the day. I just decided to approve the application on a whim. But I never expected that. This moment's impulsive decision, it requires using half of my savings to pay off this debt. Not long after, he sent me a message saying that he had arrived at home. I replied with, I opened his profile picture on a random occasion. It's the silhouette of someone carrying a mountain backpack on their back. The IP address is located in the United States. He sent it back later. I am at work right now. We just chatted for a while without any rush or urgency at all. I'm used to the sweet words of those men. I'm also tired of those old-fashioned romantic words and phrases. But he's different from all the men I've met before. There is no. His words are very sincere. It was even a little awkward. On the contrary, it makes me feel relaxed. I believe myself to have seen many people over the years. I never thought that I would make a mistake with a man at all. It was late at night, several days later. My mother called again to insist on having a wedding arranged soon. I was already upset and frustrated due to the poor working conditions. I started arguing with her on the phone. 3 a.m. I still can't sleep easily at night, with so much resentment that I have nowhere to express it. You posted something on your social accounts. A mysterious trend that remains unclear. Almost in the next second.
His information came to light again.
Why haven't I gone to sleep yet? This simple greeting. Like a flood that breaks through the dikes in an instant. The pressure of working, mother's insistence, and that sense of loneliness which no one understands. It all went into his hands in one go. He didn't interrupt me in any way. And they don't give any trivial suggestions, just like those given during a play. I just listen quietly. Occasionally, I will reply with, I'm here. It's as if there is silence on the other side of the screen. It's a silent yet powerful source of support. I gently caught all my turmoil and panic together. Since then, the time period just before going to sleep every day, it has become our exclusive space. We talked about work and life. We even talked about our previous emotional experiences. I understand. My hometown is in Zhejiang. I currently work as a programmer at a company in the United States. He never demands anything from others, just silently accompanying and protecting them. In the moments when I was most upset, his care was extremely meticulous. In my most lonely moments, his company is perfectly appropriate. We quickly established a connection online. Even if we haven't met each other even once, it doesn't matter. He began to talk with me about financial matters in a casual manner. He said that he was working on it. The core architecture of quantitative trading systems, and show me those things that he calls those things. Codes for order and regularity? Those code algorithms he mentioned. I don't understand a single word of what they say. But it is precisely this complexity that gives it an aura of mystery. I am, at heart, a person who loves adventure. Looking at his code and those high-frequency trading of beautiful curves, I admit that my heart can no longer hold back anymore. I feel like I'm being attracted by this invisible force. Asking in a quiet voice, trying to gauge the response. It sounds really impressive. So, how should we play this game? Under his guidance, I transferred $5,000 to an account. Just now, it was indicated that the transfer was successful. My phone received a call from the anti-fraud center immediately afterwards. I felt like my head was going to explode at that moment. I called Shen Yi right away. They started scolding right away. You're a liar. The police have already found me. I thought he would panic, try to explain himself, and eventually expose himself. But he didn't. He simply said things calmly, as usual. It's normal to receive these risk control alerts. Don't worry. I will teach you how to withdraw money right now. Following his teachings, I proceed step by step. After a while, I actually received a notification that the money had been transferred into my account. Amount has been transferred to account, 6,500. I asked him with doubts, why is there an extra 1,500? He told me. It was he who helped me make a little extra money. At that moment, my tense nerves finally relaxed. I even felt a little guilty about my impulsive actions just now. From that time on, it seems like our relationship has become even closer. She will send me many small gifts. There are also beautiful hair clips and jewelry items. There are also niche brands like scarves. She knows all of my preferences, so I really like every gift she gives me. Gradually, I became more and more dependent on her. I also hope that he can return to his country soon. But the date we agreed upon for our meeting, it will always be delayed due to his so-called work.
His attitude was so sincere.
The reasons are always quite reasonable, aren't they? I can't even think of any doubts at all. I also started under his leadership. Being addicted to this kind of quick profit-making approach, the amount of investment keeps growing, like a snowball rolling forward. From 5,000 to 200,000, up to 880,000 in the end. It's all my savings. Sometimes I watch the numbers in my account keep increasing. I felt as though I was in a daze. I can now start to enjoy living a relaxed and comfortable life. I fantasize about the day when that happens. I have earned enough money. I'll resign and go to the United States to find him. I have been to a marriage life that I never even thought about experiencing. He also always talks to me at this time. He is willing to give me a home.